Peace, light, and love to you, and welcome to the Brave Heart Healing Channel. I am the lovely Kiana Nicole. Welcome. If you're new to the channel, definitely go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe button. It definitely helps me out a great deal. Y'all, so much has happened since I have come to y'all on the world stage, but I wanted to come forth here today in talking about the cosmic event of the day, which is Jupiter square Saturn. Now, a lot of individuals know, and some people that may watch this video may not know, that we live in a holographic world. We live in a world based on energy, vibration, and frequency. Everything is energy, vibration, and frequency. And once you start to realize that and see that, you'll be open up to a whole plethora of a whole new world and how you view things and how you perceive things to be within your reality. We have got Jupiter square Saturn. These two planets are in a new territory and they're meeting again in the square aspect starting today, June the 15th. Saturn, as I went over in a couple of my videos before, is newly in Aries and Jupiter is newly in Cancer. They're meeting up for this cardinal square event. And this particular point within our world, within our reality right now, this particular energy, like I said, everything that Jupiter touches, it expands. And Saturn, in its essence, it represents structures. It represents systems, social, the status quo, so to speak, and, the systems, the banking system, healthcare system, all of these things like that. That is what Saturn represents. And as we can see, Saturn right now is being stripped and it is fallen. The systems around us are falling because it's a new time and a new era. And this particular energy that we're going to have before us here as of starting today, this energy is going to trigger manifestations. Importantly, giving us that butterfly effect of events. So since I came to you guys last, we are really witnessing, Saturn in Aries. We had Israel bomb Iran. Okay, this is just a kickoff. This is just the beginning, guys. And this is nothing to fear. This has to happen. This whole thing that's happening has to happen. All right? Because, it's gone on for too long. But this particular moment, we've all been waiting for this. We've all been waiting for this. And so many people have been being held back, and it's given us that rubber band effect. This is a moment where that rubber band fires off. It's time at this point in our lives to believe in ourselves as women, as individuals, as people, and to put our foot down and to demand better, for ourselves, for our lives, for our situation. It's time to reach higher. It's time to reach higher. It's time to reach higher. And we all have the ability to do that. And we are to be following our desires and passions during this transit. And it's going to lead to a more purpose-driven expansion of ourselves and following our life paths and our soul's purpose while we're here. When Jupiter and Saturn, they form this square aspect, it creates a dynamic tension between Jupiter's expansive, optimistic nature and Saturn's restrictive, disciplined qualities. So again, Saturn is more of that planet that's built towards routine, structure, discipline, things like that, where Jupiter's like, I want to expand. I want to get out here. I want to do what's best for my passion and what I want to do in expanding. This aspect can manifest in various ways, influencing, your personal growth, your self-esteem, and the pursuit of your goals. Individuals, may experience swings of faith and doubt. So you may be feeling like you're on a teeter-totter with, doubt and faith, optimism and pessimism, making it essential to find that balance between these opposing forces. So whatever sign you are, I don't care what sign you are, this is going to affect us all. And what this particular transit is going to teach us is having fun, going after our passions, doing what's best for us within reason, and having that balance. Key themes. A lot of us are going through crises right now, mentally, spiritually, and physically, because of the change and the shift of the energy that we're experiencing. Some individuals are experiencing it within their actual bodies. Some people are actually feeling it more mental, more spiritual. Either way, we're all going to feel it. We all are feeling it. A lot of us are in crises, of confidence. This aspect brings feelings of doubt and uncertainty, particularly regarding one's goals and aspirations. Individuals, may struggle with self-esteem and face challenges that test their abilities. This particular transit is actually asking you to reach deep down into yourself and come alive. Come alive to the real you, not to what the society wants you to be, not to what your mama wants you to be, not with what your family wants you to be, what you want you to be. And standing on that just because. And it's also having us look at point 2, which is balancing the optimism and the realism. This square, in so many words, encourages individuals and us to dream big by also being realistic about their limitations. It highlights the importance of careful planning and the need to set achievable goals. We can do anything that we put our minds to. There are no limitations. Limitations are a farce. They were put there in your mind to limit your ability. You can do anything that you put your mind to. And the universe is there to help you through this particular transit. And point 3, this particular transit is also going to teach us to learn from setbacks. So have you recently got laid off from your job? Have you gotten to a relationship and you're just like, okay, yeah, no, this isn't working? Experiences of failure or criticism can be significant under this aspect. So if you're going through something, it's not you, it's the energy, it's the shift that's happening in your world to extract things that no longer belong, to make room for the new. Serving as valuable lessons that, contribute to personal growth. These challenges can help you, develop resilience and build a stronger sense of self. And in essence of it, it's about that all along. And avoiding extremes, going off of that emotional mind. It's very important, like I said it in a lot of my other videos, to become emotionally regulated and emotionally healthy within yourself. Your mental, your spiritual, your physical. People, with this aspect may, find themselves swinging from excessive optimism and, extreme pessimism. It's all about striving for moderation and living within that balance. And the outlook is crucial to that, and what you have to understand and make a choice. And we all have choices to make. No matter what things look like around you, no matter what you see, you've already made up your mind that this is going to happen. I am thinking positive. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be optimistic about my life. I see the blessings. I see the abundance coming into my life. We have to be able to see that and know that for what it is. And, navigating this transit, it's going to have you self-reflect a lot. It's important to examine your personal beliefs, your religion, your society, everything that you've been taught. Because the majority of everything that you've been taught has been a lie. And it's going to have you question that and come to the realization to where you've got to do some soul searching deep down. And, these personal beliefs and attitudes during this time, are real because it's what you feel. And, a lot of people, may be feeling overly cynical or pessimistic because of the energy. This aspect serves as a reality check, prompting individuals to reassess their past and disregard unhelpful ideas. So this is what this is about. And it's also about having compassion, patience, and planning for yourselves. Having quick decisions, acting on impulse are discouraged. Instead, take time to think through your options and set realistic goals for yourself. This is a time for you to start a business. This is a time to really tune into what your passions are so that you can be your best self. If you are giving your all to a position or a job that is not feeding your soul, it is not worth it. Period. This approach can help, mitigate feelings of being overwhelmed and lead to a more sustainable success. And now, excuse me, with everything going on, it's very important that individuals remain fluid and embrace change, because the old way of doing things is over. The old world, the old systems that you knew before are over. Okay? We have to let things go and evolve to where you are to be. And if you find yourself holding on to the whole old narrative, you will go down with the sinking ship. Okay? And that's not something that you want to do. You want to be fluid. You want to work with the universe. You want to work with your higher power, not go against it, not go against the tide of life. This system is destined to fall. It will fall, and there's nothing that you can do about it. The only thing that you can do is control yourself and how you maneuver this change. That's all that you can do at this point. There's no reason to worry. There's no need to, feel anxious or hurt about anything. This has to happen. It's all about finding where you fit in the new world, in the new realm of energy that we're getting. Embrace those challenges. Recognize that setbacks are a part of the journey. Just because you lose something or just because something didn't work out doesn't mean that it wasn't worth the effort. It is about, taking action, and it's a part of the journey. Embracing challenges can lead to significant personal development and a deeper understanding of one's values and, your aspirations, and generally it's going to have you look at areas where you've been overextending yourself. Overdoing things may come up for inspection. Have you been giving your all to an individual or a circumstance or a place or a job or, something that's literally stripping you of your energy and your life force? It's going to bring that to the top to reevaluate that. Saturn is now asking you to moderate your expectations and behaviors of yourself and of other people. Have realistic expectations. If someone is showing up to you in an essence that they have always showed up to you as, accept that for what it is. When people show you their real selves, just accept that. Don't expect anything other than what they show up as or what the situation shows up as. We have to be able to take things where they are. And when they show up as they are, believe them. It's not your role to change it. It's not your role to heal it. It's not your role to persuade people to do something that they're not ready to do within themselves. All you can do is control yourself and conduct yourself how you're to move with that particular person. You can't change people. People have to change on themselves, and they've got to want that change for them. So when people show up, situations show up, you can't expect anything different from what they're showing you. And that's what it is, And so with everything going on, have those expectations be realistic. And, we're receiving a lesson about boundaries and limits. Sometimes you gotta say no. You have to say no in your life. If you're a yes person, sometimes you gotta say no. You gotta say no. And it's a time where things are on shaky ground, but it's gonna be built over to solid ground. And so some of us may be having huge issues and things with shaky finances, career matters, or moods. Money may be tighter. Money may be tighter for a lot of individuals. And that, in its essence, is a challenge. But you can go through this. You can manage this. You've got everything within you to succeed, to have you shift and move with the energy so that you come out on top. And individuals and people's finances may be tighter. However, this can be a good time for business. Wherever a door shuts, another door will open for you. The universe doesn't work that way. When the universe shuts a door, shuts down a system, shuts down a time, shuts down an era, it always has a door open for something bigger, something better, something brighter for you. And it's something that is awesome that we're to embrace in this time. And, it's always, have us touch into our inner strength and our inner understanding to find ways to stretch your budget and, to become more frugal and careful with your resources. And it's an aspect, this particular transit with Jupiter and, Saturn being square, is an aspect of powerful influence that encourages us to, find a balance between our dreams and realities of life. Change it. If you don't like what you see, create something bigger, create something better. We all as individuals have to be that change. In the words of Michael Jackson, it's about looking at that man in the mirror. We need to look at ourselves. And at the end of the day, a lot of us, we don't even want to look at ourselves. We don't want to look at our hurt. We don't want to look at our trauma. But guess what, honey child? You can't get out of this. You're going to be faced with it. And it's going to look you dead in your face until you fix it, until you deal with it. You're not going to be able to move forward. And this is something that the universe is divinely ordered. And all of the individuals that are holding on to material things, items that no longer serve them, materials that no longer, baggage that no longer serves them, emotional trauma, hurt, and pain that no longer serves them. If you don't deal with it, guess what? The universe will deal with it for you. And something that having that happen hurts more. Trust me. You want to be able to flow with the tides of life, flow with the tides of the universe, and allow things to happen. And this Jupiter square Saturn, it's nothing to be fearful about. It's the change. The one thing in certain in this life is change. And we all have to be open to it. Nothing is for certain. Nothing is permanent. And we all have to understand that and being fluid with everything. And it encourages, us to find that balance between our dreams and doing the next best thing for us, for ourselves, not no business, not no corporation, for our own business, our own corporations, of life by navigating this tension, and we can harness our potential power for growth and transformation in this time. This is a powerful time. But peace, light, and love. Definitely let me know what you think in the comments. How have you been navigating this energy? What have you been doing with your life in essence of that elevation and getting that energy in? Let me know what you think. Peace.